When you deal with the devil, someone's gonna get burned. An older woman enters an alien world.
You ready?
To woo a young lover.
He was actually a sitting duck for someone like her.
A fortune teller predicts the future with lethal precision.
She started to believe that she had to make sacrifices.
And a preacher turns witchery into wealth.
You've always been my favorite husband.
She would take hexes off of them, she'd put hexes on them.
These deadly women delve into their dark side and let loose their evil spirits.
She was his first love, but she was a bad choice. There was no way this was going to have a happy ending.
After an 8-year Army career, 2 failed marriages, and multiple failed relationships, 33-year-old Barbara Rogers is still looking for Mr. Right.
She went down to Florida where her mom was, and then that is where she started going online, and that's eventually how she found Stephen.
Oh, hello.
Barbara sets her sights on Stephen Mineo, despite their 10-year age gap.
Stephen was 23 when he met Barbara, but emotionally, he was more like an adolescent. He was very vulnerable.
Hey, big boy.
Hey, why haven't I heard from you?
Well, I've been busy.
His mom left when he was a teenager. I think that had a pretty big impact on him.
Stephen lives almost his entire life on the internet. His only relationships with women have been online.
His emotional maturity may have been stunted a bit. He seemed fairly immature. He had little toys and little trinkets around the apartment.
He's also totally devoted to a bizarre online cult and its enigmatic leader, Sherry Shriner.
Hi, I'm Sherry Shriner.
So these folks believed these reptile lizards had come down and taken human form.
It's a threat to our very existence, and it's already here. The evil is living amongst us as I speak.
Aliens hiding among people wearing skin suits, waiting for the right moment to take over the world.
There is one threat facing the world today.
Sherry said something at one point saying 90% of all people you see on TV are lizard people. Anyone she really wanted to target, they were a lizard.
Stephen was certainly believing things that were absurd. What Stephen did get out of it was a family of people that thought the same and cared about what he had to say about it.
There is a danger in this conspiratorial world online. You can fall down this rabbit hole where you read more and more extreme beliefs, and it can upend your sense of reality.
To win Stephen's heart, Barbara embraces this weird world.
They've got these telepathic powers that cloak our minds so we can actually see their real form.
She worked her way into the cult and became an active member because she wanted to have that relationship.
But how do you know if someone's a reptilian?
I mean, how do you know I'm not a lizard?
Come on, Barbara. You are way too beautiful to be a lizard.
Do you really think so?
Yeah.
Barbara became Stephen's #1 female connection. He loved her, and he hadn't even met her.
At first, online romance is enough.
I want to be with you.
Took you long enough.
Then, desire takes over.
And then eventually they decided they should probably meet in person.
2016, in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. Barbara and Stephen rent a small home together.
Wow. You are so beautiful.
Oh, baby, you make me feel beautiful.
Stephen had no experience with women, and I mean none.
Are you ready?
Barbara takes control in and out of the bedroom.
Barbara was now this powerful force in Stephen's life.
This doesn't go down well with the other woman in his life, cult leader Sherry Shriner.
It's Sherry.
Sherry had been influencing and nurturing the relationship with Stephen for years.
None of Sherry's followers have ever met her, including Stephen. She only communicates by phone or online, but he regards her as both mentor and mother figure.
Do you want a mother? Or do you want a woman?
She was the main figure in his life, but suddenly he had Barbara.
You don't need her anymore.
Sherry took on a motherly role and was wary of Barbara.
Okay, I have to go out for an hour, so keep the bed warm.
Okay.
Sherry had warned Stephen of Barbara several times.
What Stephen doesn't know is that Barbara is a ticking time bomb.
Barbara started exhibiting very odd behavior.
She would stare at herself in the mirror, just kind of laze about. Barbara was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was in the military.
She was seriously mentally ill and didn't take her medication.
Are you okay?
She became delusional. She had very little impulse control, drinking large amounts of alcohol.
She reported hearing music coming out of the walls.
Barbara.
Stephen struggles to keep the peace between his real-life lover and his online mother.
Hello, stranger.
Hey, sorry, I've been busy with Barbara.
There was jealousy because previously Sherry had Stephen completely under her throttle.
She's taking over your life.
She saw Barbara as an intruder.
No, she's cool.
I've heard things about her.
Sorry, I've got to go.
What? Why?
I got to go.
He was now in the clutches of a mentally ill, unstable woman.
Babe, she's really important to me.
More important than me.
He was actually a sitting duck for someone like her.
Tensions between the two women continued to simmer. In April 2017, a single online post by Barbara sends the rivalry to a boiling point.
Are you ready? Okay, ready. Hi, Barbara here again. Today I'm making steak tartare, raw beef mince. Yum.
So Barbara posted a picture of a steak tartare.
I just crave raw meat all the time for some reason.
She said, I love this dish. It's really good with garlic.
To these people, the fact that Barbara liked it was a sign that she was actually one of these aliens.
Barbara! What the hell have you done? Why did you tell them that you like to eat raw meat?
Why not?
You know why.
The wrath of the cult and its leader is now directed at Barbara.
Now Sherry is telling everyone that you're a reptilian witch.
Sherry said, oh, you're eating raw meat. You must be a reptile. You crave blood.
So they all started going after her. Sherry Shriner's like, I'm telling you, get away from her. She's bad.
What are you gonna do about it?
Stephen is forced to choose.
It was probably, Stephen, you need to leave her, or you need to leave us.
He was in love with Barbara. She was torn between the two.
And they're both disturbed. Barbara was mentally ill, but Sherry Shriner, she was very delusional herself. It's a recipe for disaster.
Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, 2017. Cult member Stephen Mineo must choose between the woman he loves, Barbara Rogers, and Sherry Shriner, the leader of his beloved cult.
As you all know, I'm Sherry Schreiner's greatest supporter.
Stephen chooses love.
But it's time to expose the truth.
He rejects everything Sherry stands for.
Sherry Schreiner is a fraud.
He made a 5-part video series saying, I'm gonna expose the Sherry Schreiner cult for what it is.
Are you happy now?
With a single post about raw meat, Barbara has succeeded in getting Stephen all to herself.
It was deliberate to get Stephen kicked out of the cult.
You don't need her anymore. We don't need any of them.
Stephen is now the outcast. His former friends turn to haters.
This was his entire social circle. This was his entire belief system. To go from having that community of support to all of them actively hating him, he had really no one to turn to.
Stephen begins to regret his decision.
His cult family meant a lot to him for years. And now he wasn't a part of it anymore.
On July 14th, 2017, during a night out with Stephen, Barbara realizes her plan has backfired.
You ruined my life.
Just put your phone down.
Suddenly, he lost everybody around him except this one person.
Stephen backtracks and sides with the cult.
You wonder, maybe Sherry was right. Maybe you are a reptilian.
He turns his anger on Barbara.
Barbara reached a point where she realized the only way to be free of all these problems was to be free of Stephen.
Can I get a beer and a bourbon?
Barbara reached her breaking point. And then if she was free of Stephen, she'd be free of all those problems and she could go on, perhaps in her mind, with the rest of her life.
She slips him a sedative she buys online.
You ruined my life.
Stop waiting. Are you okay?
She was verified 4-star crazy, probably was not on her medication, and she took it upon herself to kill Stephen that night.
You want to go home?
Yeah.
Let's go.
By the time they arrive home, Stephen is as weak as a kitten.
If he wasn't unconscious, he was very near to. Probably as soon as he sat down on the floor, he was just about passed out.
What's wrong with me?
No, you're just tired.
She knew what she was doing.
She decided Stephen had to go.
It was point blank, middle of his forehead.
What's definite is that Stephen is dead, that he was shot from a very close range, that Barbara pulled the trigger.
Barbara knows the evidence will point to her.
This case was never a whodunit, it was a why.
911, what's your emergency?
I shot my boyfriend.
She calls 911 and plants the seed that becomes her entire defense.
I just shot my boyfriend. He wanted me to. Please, 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 please come quickly.
She claimed that he wanted her to shoot him, so she did.
Police! Come out with your hands up!
She claims that he put a gun in her hand and said, you need to kill me.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
He wanted me to shoot him. I swear he wanted me to shoot him.
What Barbara is asking people to believe is ridiculous.
In 2019, Barbara Rogers is charged with first-degree murder, but the jury can't find intent. She's convicted of the lesser crime of third-degree murder.
The third degree in statute's written, you need to have malice, that hardness of heart. Definitely believe Barbara had that in this instance, and that's what the jury found.
She's sentenced to the maximum 40 years in prison with a non-parole period of 15 years.
She knew what she was doing. She deliberately killed him.
Maybe she wouldn't have done it the day before, maybe she wouldn't have the day after, but in that moment, that was her solution to how do I get free of all this? I have to be free of Stephen.
She's guilty as sin of murder. She just didn't want to have to pay for it. And she maybe really was a reptile. She hated society. It was her way of getting back at society. You think you're better than me? Watch what I can do to you.
Correggio, Italy, 1939. 45-year-old Leonarda Cianciulli is a successful fortune teller who seems to have the powers of prediction.
She was very successful. She had a great reputation.
Grazie.
People around the neighborhood trusted her. They come to her for assistance in finding love, finding careers. The person to go to was Leonarda.
Francesca Soavi turns to her in desperate times.
Delicioso.
Now, how can I help you?
55-year-old Francesca was a widow in need of a new job. Sad and lonely woman.
My husband is dead. I need a job to survive.
And her fortune-telling skills proved to be very popular.
I see a job for you in a new town.
Oh, yes.
And she started to make quite a considerable amount of money out of this business.
But in her private life, Leonarda has suffered terrible tragedy. She's lost 10 children to disease and misfortune. Her surviving children are precious.
Where are your sisters?
Mama, don't worry.
Those tragedies left Leonarda fiercely protective of her 4 surviving children.
So when her only son, Giuseppe, is enlisted in the Italian army, she is distraught.
No. No, I won't let them take you.
Mama, I have no choice.
She very knowingly and openly was crazy about her son, Giuseppe.
I'll go get you a drink, huh?
Leonarda was extremely scared and wanted to do anything she could to protect Giuseppe from getting killed in the war.
As a spiritual person, she turns to her tarot cards for guidance. She believes the only way to save her son's life is to take another.
I will keep you safe.
And in a twisted bid to make sure that he survived the war, she started to believe that she had to start to make sacrifices in order to protect him while he was out on the battlefront.
Leonarda really was a superstitious woman, and she did believe it.
Leonarda doesn't need to go looking for a sacrificial lamb. 73-year-old Faustina Setti comes to her.
Is it from him?
I told you I would find you love.
Faustina was so excited by the prospect of love, even age 73, that she prepared to leave the village to go and meet this so-called lover.
She gave her 30,000 lira, which today is worth 28,000 US dollars, which is a huge amount of money.
He wants me to move to Poland.
It is your destiny. Let's celebrate.
Yes! Oh, yes.
Leonarda was an excellent salesperson and con woman. She learned quickly what people wanted and gave it to them.
To love?
Or so they thought.
In Correggio, Italy, 1939, Leonarda Cianciulli is convinced that to save her son's life,
To love?
she must take a life.
Why don't you write to your family, tell them the good news?
Leonarda handed Faustina a drugged glass of wine. As soon as she fell asleep, Leonarda grabbed an axe.
Leonarda hit this little 73-year-old woman with an axe. She thought if she sacrificed humans, that would save her son. It made no sense, but a lot of things Leonarda did made no sense.
To Leonarda, it seems to be working. Her son is still safe on the battlefield. And there's a bonus. She can rob her victims at the same time. So she keeps going.
What is that sweet smell?
I've been making soap.
Leonarda had access to her clients. She can easily manipulate them. They already trusted her.
It smells lovely.
Your job is confirmed.
You are a miracle worker.
Let's celebrate.
Leonarda once again grabs an axe and strikes her. Kills the woman. I don't believe Leonarda was at all remorseful. I believe she was glad she did it. I don't think she had any remorse whatsoever.
No one is the wiser until 3 weeks later. 53-year-old Virginia Cacioppo turns up, and her sister-in-law waits for her outside.
So at this point, it likely made Leonarda feel invincible. She made a lot of money. So she probably figured, well, why not just make some more?
When Virginia doesn't come out, her sister-in-law goes looking for her.
Yes? I was waiting for my sister-in-law. She is not here. But I saw her enter. She left. Please, come take a look.
Cold as a cucumber, Leonarda even invited her in. She looked around and could see nothing except for the pot with that cauldron bubbling on the stove.
Would you like to buy some soap?
Something doesn't smell right, so the sister-in-law alerts the police. They uncover an Italian horror story. It seems Leonarda's victims have become ingredients in her memorable soap.
She put cologne all over the flesh, I guess assuming that that's gonna help the soap smell good.
and those delicious treats. They too have a secret ingredient.
She used the congealed blood to put into little cakes that she would feed to neighbors and friends. Someone kills an individual and feeds their body parts to other people. That's sadism. She probably could barely keep the smile off her face as she watched her friends and neighbors consume those tea cakes.
All eyes are on Leonarda, and she's happy to take center stage.
Well, who was it?
It was me. I had to take lives to save his.
Instead of regretting what she did, she seemed really cavalier and really proud of her actions.
Leonarda later confessed that while she loved her soap and gave it away to all sorts of people, her biscuits and cakes were much better.
Leonarda considered Virginia's remains her best batch. She even went on to say that they were tasty and sweet.
Leonarda bragging about how good her soap was and then saying that woman was really sweet. She's trying to offend the listener. And Leonarda loved every single minute of it.
You are incapable of such butchery.
Take me to the morgue and I'll prove it.
Leonarda even insisted on going down to a morgue with the police and chopping up a body in exactly the same way she had chopped up her 3 murder victims.
In 1946, Leonarda Cianciulli is sentenced to 30 years in prison and 3 years in a criminal asylum. Behind bars, she writes a book about her killing spree.
The title of Leonarda's book, An Embittered Soul's Confession, tells me a lot. She's admitting that she's embittered. Why? Because she had a horrible life.
Dealt a bad hand, Leonarda uses the guise of love and protection as an excuse to kill.
She was selfish, twisted, cannibal. She wanted to do anything she could to fool people around her and do everything she can do to make her life better for herself and her son.
She is a sociopathic, sadistic serial killer. Of the hundreds of stories of deadly women, Leonarda Cianciulli is in the top 5. There are different types of serial killers. She was in it for the money, and she became a multiple murderer for profit.
Please, please don't, no.
Baltimore, Maryland, 1985. 48-year-old Geraldine Parish flaunts her newfound wealth.
She drove around in a big, huge Cadillac. She lived in a luxurious lifestyle. She had a nice house. She always ate at the best restaurants.
She's an inspiration to her niece, 18-year-old Renee Burns.
You're such cool stuff.
I know how to get what I want.
Geraldine went to great lengths to present herself as very fashionable, and I think Renee saw that as an attractive thing.
Flashy clothes, bright red lipstick. She wanted everyone to know she had the bucks.
Geraldine reveals the secret to her success.
Thank you. Have you thought about my proposal?
It's not the regular 9 to 5.
Good.
Geraldine was a street preacher. And what she would do is convince people to give her money so their prayers could be answered.
You don't want bad luck, do you?
People were drawn to her. She was charismatic.
This will change your luck.
She had good verbal skills, and she practiced voodoo magic.
Wait, one more.
Geraldine's affluence and mystique convince people, including her elderly housekeeper, that she has special powers.
Why do I need to do this? I'm doing you a favor.
She had a way of talking him into doing anything. She would cure people. She would take hexes off of them. She'd put hexes on them.
Geraldine's powers means she's collected a string of husbands, 8 in total. They all have one thing in common: life insurance policies.
We refer to them as future homicides. That's the way she had them marked. And if she needed money, she would take the next one in line.
Nobody in their right mind would have a life insurance policy on themselves and assign a beneficiary someone that wasn't their husband or wife or child. That speaks to her powers of persuasion.
Geraldine enlists a business partner,
Have a seat.
20-year-old Edwin Gordon.
Edwin Gordon is the guy she picks, and this guy is a loser with a capital L.
You know what you're here for, right?
I do. He's a sociopath, drug user, drunk, but he will do anything Geraldine says.
I don't want anyone to know.
They won't.
Deal.
He was known to be a really bad guy, and she offered to pay him to kill her brother-in-law.
When her sister's husband, 46-year-old Frank Ross, becomes sick, she convinces him to take out life insurance.
She had an insurance policy on her, and so did her sister. They were both beneficiaries.
He was sick, but Geraldine didn't want to wait.
Yo.
Frank Ross is found behind a gas station, dead. They have no suspects, no leads to go on. Who killed this guy?
No one saw you?
I know what I'm doing.
Geraldine had a plan, and she wasn't stupid by any means.
So where's my money?
You'll get paid when I get the insurance money.
In those days, you didn't look at insurance policies or beneficiaries or anything, so it went unsolved.
Geraldine's niece, Renee, isn't scared. She's impressed.
And Renee has been sitting on the sidelines, kind of watching Geraldine's rise of fortune. She wants to know, how can I get rich like you without working? So Geraldine takes her in under her wing, and she says, I have a new victim.
Oh, yeah. Surprise.
48-year-old Albert Robinson is one of Geraldine's many husbands.
You've always been my favorite husband. Come on over here and get in.
And Albert was kind of a street guy, alcoholic who would basically do anything for booze. They say, hey, let's go out drinking.
He was not in good health. Geraldine convinced him to get a life insurance policy, and when he passed, she would use the proceeds to pay for a very nice funeral. As they were driving around, they were plying him with alcohol, which wasn't difficult.
I'm busted.
Let's get you away from the ladies now.
Yeah, all right.
She was able to control everything, I guess, maybe like a crime family would, but I mean, she didn't have the outward appearance of that.
Just like Frank, they shot him in the head.
Albert is found on the train tracks. Geraldine gets the $10,000 check in the mail. She pays her accomplices. Life goes on.
For Geraldine, people are investments. And when the time is right, she cashes them in.
It's done.
You learning?
Baltimore, Maryland, 1987. 51-year-old Geraldine Parish makes a business out of serial murder.
Geraldine was certainly streetwise to a large degree. She kept records of the life insurance policies and also the marriage certificates and things like that.
The entrepreneur watches her stocks closely. Some have been maturing for years.
With Geraldine, it was just what was best at the time, you know, what was the easiest thing at the time. She was very calculated.
When she needs more money for her lavish lifestyle, someone has to pay. This time, it's her housekeeper, Helen Wright.
Miss Wright had come into some money a couple months before her murder. One night, Geraldine suggested they go to the Chinese store to buy some food.
But you know what? Helen never comes back because she is met with, again, a bullet to the back of the head.
The man behind the trigger is Geraldine's go-to.
Edwin Gordon was obviously her steady contract shooter, coming up time and again, dependable to a large degree because he was effective and he didn't talk about what he was doing.
His loyalty keeps the cops at bay.
And that murder looked like it was a random act. Maybe a robbery went bad, they didn't get anything.
Every time a serial killer kills and gets away with it, they begin to feel almost like they're invisible and can do anything they want.
There is no one Geraldine won't sign up for insurance, then cash them in.
This time she goes after her own niece, Dolly. She convinces Dolly to sign over a $12,000 life insurance policy.
27-year-old Dolly Brown can survive the drug world.
Get the door.
But not her aunt.
Dolly Brown, she must have thought was just as vulnerable, being addicted to drugs and being dependable on her to a certain degree.
And so what happens? She tells Edwin, you go in the house and you blow him away.
You're Ed, right?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, 37-year-old Ronald Mitchner, is also in the firing line.
So what do you want?
And that's what Edwin does. Shoots her boyfriend, kills him.
No, please.
He shoots
please.
Dolly.
Please don't, no.
Ends up hitting her 4 times in the head. But Dolly lives.
I don't know what Dolly's got going on, but I think I want a transfusion from her.
Even though Dolly survives, she doesn't talk. No one ever does. No one is game.
They were afraid of her. People in the neighborhood knew these people were dying, and the other people were just scared to death of her, so nobody really told.
Then, one brave soul finally breaks the cone of silence, protecting the voodoo queen.
And he says to us that Edwin Gordon has been killing people for Geraldine Parish for years. You didn't know that? And we're like, no, we didn't know that. So that's when he tells us about the Helen Wright murder and the Frank Ross murder and the Albert Robinson murder.
But it was also almost staggering to believe that she could be involved in something like this, organize something like this, and keep it running over a period of 4 years.
It's game over.
What do you know about Albert Robinson's murder?
But Geraldine has a trick up her sleeve to try and stay out of court.
Yeah? Sit back down.
She was a good actor. She put on an act of not having stability in her brain, but really she knew what she was doing.
The police thought she's crazy like a fox. She's laying the groundwork to make it appear that she's insane.
Come on, lady, give me a...
She certainly went through the full spectrum of behavior.
Man, get back to your chair.
Behave, Geraldine, behave.
When feigning madness doesn't work, Geraldine tries using her feminine charms.
Can I go to the bathroom, please? I'll never catch a man like this.
She was very confident when one of the detectives took her to the ladies' room, and she had adjusted her wig and put on fresh lipstick and conversed with him and actually flirted a little bit to the point where she actually thought he would whisk her away and save her. She was quirky, to say the least.
You're under arrest. Cuff her.
Her magic touch is gone. In 1989, Geraldine Parish is convicted of the first-degree murder of Albert Robinson. She is sentenced to life behind bars.
Geraldine wanted to project that she was this dark priestess who could do anything. But what she was the embodiment of evil. That's what she was.
After she was found guilty of that murder, then she pled guilty to the other murders and the other attempts. And she ended up getting life sentences on top of the first life sentence that she got.
In 2004, at the age of 68, Geraldine dies behind bars.
She had no remorse for any of her victims, husbands, family members, friends. It didn't matter. It was all about collecting the insurance beneficiary.
Geraldine's greed couldn't be satisfied. Those in her path are just pawns in her get-rich game.
Geraldine was dangerous to anyone around her who would fall for her shtick. Geraldine Parish is one of the most diabolical, crafty serial killers I've ever studied. She's a heartless psychopath.
These deadly women danced with the devil. Barbara Rogers preyed on a misguided younger man. Leonarda Cianciulli's superstitions ended in serial murder. And Geraldine Parish's voodoo spells turned corpses into cash. All three women seduced their victims with fear and delusion, but all along, they were true evil spirits.